The medical chamber of the exploration ship Dawn Horizon was quiet and filled with pale white light. Dr. Elias Carter stood beside the rehabilitation platform and checked the readings on the floating consulter. Alien girl, sitting on the platform, watched him closely. Her name was Lirash, was small and thin, with silver skin that softly glowed like distant starlight. Strange patterns moved beneath her skin, like living constellations slowly drifting across a night sky. 3 weeks earlier, her damaged vessel had been found drifting near the outer edge of human territory. Most of the crew had died. Only a few survivors were rescued. Lyra had been the youngest and the most injured. Her spinal nerves had been severely damaged when the human doctors first examined her. They believed she would never walk again, but Elias Carter refused to accept that answer. Every day he studied her biology, every day he tried something new, and every day he helped her try to stand. Her day was another attempt. Elias activated the support harness beside the platform. Soft bands of light formed around Lyra and gently lifted her upright. Her thin legs hung weakly beneath her. You ready? He asked calmly. Lyra gave a small nod. Her voice was soft and musical. I trust you, Dr. Carter. That was enough for him. He lowered the harness slowly until her feet touched the floor. For a moment nothing happened, then her legs trembled violently. Her body shook as if invisible currents were running through her. Easy, Elias said quietly. Slow breathing. Focus. Lyra closed her glowing eyes. Her feet pressed against the smooth floor. The trembling became stronger. Pain flickered across her face. Elias moved closer, but he did not grab her. If she was going to learn to walk again, she needed to control the movement herself. You can do this, he said. Just one step. Lyra tried. Her leg moved slightly forward, then it collapsed. The harness caught her before she could fall. Her breathing became heavy. Failed, she whispered. Elias shook his head. No, you moved your leg. That means the signal reached the muscles. That is progress. Her glowing eyes opened again. Really, Elias said with a small smile. Now we try again. The next attempt was stronger. Her leg lifted. It shook violently, but it moved slowly, carefully. Her foot touched the floor a few centimeters ahead. Both of them froze. Lyra stared. You did it, he said. That was a step. Lyra looked down in disbelief. Her skin glowed brighter. Another step. Elias encouraged. She tried again. The second step was even more unstable, but it worked. For the next hour they practiced step after steps, flow, painful progress. Each time her body grew steadier. Each time her movements became more controlled. Finally, Elias deactivated the harness and helped her sit back on the platform. You did amazing work today, he said. Lyra looked at her legs as if seeing them for the first time. On my world, they told me the damage was permanent, she said quietly. Elias leaned against the console. Human medicine is stubborn. We do not like permanent problems. Lyra watched him for a long moment. Why do you help me so much? She asked. Sure, people barely know my species. Sure, science barely understands our bodies. Yet, every day you spend hours helping me. Elias shrugged because someone had toothed. That answer seemed to surprise her. Her glowing skin dimmed slightly as she thought. Dr. Carter, she said slowly, may I try something without the harness? Elias frowned. Your balance is still unstable. We'll be careful, she replied after a moment. Elias nodded. All right, but I stay close. Lyra slid off the platform. Her feet touched the floor. Her legs trembled again, but this time she did not fall. She stood perfectly still. Elias blinked in surprise. That was faster progress than expected. Good, he said softly. Now try one step. But Lyra did not move. Instead, the patterns beneath her skin suddenly began to shine brighter, much brighter. The light spread across her arms and neck like flowing rivers of silver energy. Elias straightened. Lyra, what is happening? Her eyes slowly opened. They glowed like twin stars. Ilias Carter, she said, your actions have been observed. Observed by who? Ilias asked. Before she could answer, the room alarms suddenly activated. The ship's sensors were detecting massive energy readings. Known signal detected. Foreign transmission entering. The system. Elias looked around in confusion. What is going on? Lyra took one smooth step forward. Her legs moved perfectly, not weak, not unstable, strong and graceful. You helped repair the final neural connection, she said calmly. Your therapy succeeded. Stared. You are walking perfectly, yes, she said, because I was never completely broken. The air around her filled with tiny floating lights. They hovered like glowing dust. Then they formed complex symbols in the alien, symbols far beyond human technology. Ilias felt a chill run down his spine. Lyra continued speaking. My people are called the Serathifa. Thousands of years. We have observed emerging civilizations. We study their behavior, their values, their instincts. Laius slowly understood. You mean this was a testius? Lyra replied. Across the galaxy, many young species react to the weak with suspicion. Some abandon the injured, some imprison strangers, some exploit them for research. But humanity. She paused and looked directly at him. Humanity showed relentless compassion. Elias crossed his arms. We just helped someone who needed help. Exactly, Lyra said, and you did it without reward, without knowledge of who we truly are, without fear. The floating symbols shifted again, forming a massive map of stars, thousands of worlds connected by glowing lines. This is the Serati Alliance, she explained, an ancient network of civilizations far older than humanity. For centuries we have searched for a species worthy of joining. Ilias laughed quietly. And your decision was based on physical therapy, not just therapy, Lyra said, on kindness and patience, on the refusal to give up on a stranger. Suddenly, the lights in the chamber grew brighter. The ship computer announced an incoming fleet, multiple unidentified vessels entering orbit. Ilias rushed to the window. Dozens of massive alien ships were appearing above the planet, each one larger than any human vessel. Lyra walked beside him calmly. Do not worry, she said. They are not here for war. They are here for humanity. Ilias looked back at her. Beckers, I helped you walk because humanity chose compassion, she corrected. The Council has been watching since the day you rescued our survivors. Your actions confirmed what we hoped. Ilias shook his head in disbelief. For this, because we helped an injured girl. Sometimes the smallest actions reveal the greatest truths, Lyra said. She stepped forward and gently took his hand. Dr. Carter, you did not just help me walk again, you helped humanity take its first step into the wider galaxy. Outside the window, the alien fleet slowly formed a peaceful formation above the planet. For the first time in history, humanity was no longer alone. It all began with one simple actor, human, who refused to stop helping an alien girl stand again. Asterisk.